Hello, all. Welcome to my channel, Tech Research, and another episode of Research Talk Show. Today, we have elegant and graceful personality with us, Dr. Suresh Mehrotra, sir. Let me introduce sir in short because he has wide variety of interdisciplinary profile and it will take more than an hour for me if I read his complete achievements. So let me introduce sir in short. Dr. Suresh Mehrotra sir has received Ph.D. degree from University of Texas at Austin, USA. He has been actively involved in teaching and research from last 4 decades. He has made significant and pioneer contributions in the field of physics and brain computing interface. He was also Ramanujam Chair Professor till September 2017. He has successfully guided 18 PhD students in physics and 22 PhD in computer science. He was also project investigator on different projects funded by UGC, DST, and ISRO. He is pioneer in establishment of computer education and research in the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad. I welcome you, sir, and really thankful to have you as a guest in this talk show.
It is my pleasure, Monica. Thank you for inviting me in this show. I will be very happy.
Thank you, sir. We are just eager to wait your experiences. So let me start with my question. What is the most challenging thing while pursuing a PhD or research? What you faced? What was your experience?
I think research itself is very challenging all the time. Let me answer this question by my experience. When I completed my MSc in 1970s, during my MSc, I saw my teachers in the department. They are very much busy in research. They were doing very good teaching also as well as doing research. I have to go to their research laboratory to find them, to remind them there is a class. So they used to come to class. And I was very much impressed with the teachers and with the environment. So I decided in 1970 at Allahabad University in India that I will go for research. That was I was inspired by that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I approached my professor, very famous professor, Professor Krishnaji,
Mm-hmm.
that after my message that I would like to do my research.
Okay.
Professor Krishnaji looked at me. He said, okay, in the corner there were a lot of waste equipment were lying. He
Mm-hmm.
said, go there and just clean all this space and repair some of the equipments. So I went there, I awaited him, I cleaned the places. I took 1 or 2 weeks to clean the place and took one uh, very old oscilloscope and
Mm-hmm.
start repairing it.
Mm-hmm.
Then Professor Krishnaji, after some time, after a few days, weeks, he came to me, okay, Suresh, you can start your research.
Mm-hmm.
So I started my research and then I started to find out what research I can do because I was with the group, but
Mm-hmm.
still my professor didn't tell what you are going to do. So I
Mm-hmm.
started searching for the problems. I started reading the journals. I started reading the papers, review articles, and started trying to find out what research I can do. So the toughest part of the research is that to find a place
Mm-hmm.
where you want to do research and the topic. You have to get into the topic. Uh,
Right.
so entering into the research is challenging. Once you entered in the research group and with the people involved, then things keeping moving up, and all the time you find challenges and you start enjoying
Right.
what is going on. Yeah. So
As
I
as
will say that the first thing is that to get your research of your liking, liking to like professor group and start doing the work. That is the first
yeah, yeah.
part.
As it is always said that once you know about swimming, just take a dip in water. You will learn swimming anyhow.
Yeah, yeah. research is not a spoon feeding.
Right, right.
Research is something which one has to pursue oneself.
Yes, sir.
I think normally students think that their guide is there, they are going to help. Of course, they are going to help, they are going to teach how to do the things, but one has to do oneself many things
Right,
in
right.
spite of all these things.
Right, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So my next question is, what is your good or bad experience? Would you like to share? Bad experience means whatever you thought like which hurted you or depressed you during that moment in that journey.
I think research is a kind of games one has to play
Mm-hmm.
because just like in cricket, sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. So similarly, research also. I remember when I was graduate student at Austin,
Mm-hmm.
I started doing some very challenging problem.
Uh-huh.
At that time, some we have to improve the computational part of the Schrodinger equation, how to get better solution from that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I did something, and I was very much excited that I found some good idea, nice idea. Then one morning, I called my professor that I
Mm-hmm.
got very good idea. Come at in the department. I wanted to discuss it. My professor was very nice. He came to department in the morning, and we started discussing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, he said, "Okay, you can write all these things in a paper and submit to journal."
Mm-hmm.
So few days I have written the paper and I submitted to journals.
Mm-hmm.
And then after some days, I got a letter from the journal that your paper is completely wrong because first basic equation was not correct itself.
Oh.
So my professor came to me that what happened. I was very much depressed.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, 1 or 2 days, I were not able to sleep. But I look upon the things
Mm-hmm.
and I found that the comment given by the referee was not correct because that equation was correct and it was written in different representation. So I think because of it was written in different representation, the reviewer was not able to get it. So
Mm-hmm.
then after so much depression, I wrote again reply and all those things. The paper got published later on. So I think moment in research, what happens then you get some, you are doing some experiments or you are doing some theoretical work, you don't get your desired results.
Yes,
At
yes.
that time, you need to look upon inside yourself, inside, outside, discuss with the people, and try to get out of that phase. And always you find some solution to get out of that phase.
Right.
So research is something not very smoothly going on. You have
Right.
to get lot of challenges, and then but at the same time you have to find a solution, and after finding the solution, the kind of excitement you get, you cannot imagine. The kind of excitement, the joy you get, you cannot imagine it.
So you need to have a never give up attitude thing with you
Yeah,
always when you're in
I
research.
think that is the basic philosophy of the life itself,
Right,
that one
right, right.
one should
Agree.
have a right attitude, and in a rainy period one has to keep your mental status in balance and keep communicating with the people and get the proper solution.
Yeah, yes, sir. And what was your like most surprising moment in research?
My all research are very surprising moments.
That's
Uh,
nice.
many. I think I have 5 decades of research,
Mm-hmm.
and I have published so many papers. All my papers are like my children. The
Yeah.
people ask me that which paper is good, which paper is bad. I said all my children. Some are good children, some are not so good. But I think that research itself is a surprise. When you do the research and get the solution, then you get surprised. I think one example I would like to give you, which will be very useful to students.
Mm-hmm.
If you see that C.V. Raman, our Nobel laureate in India,
Mm-hmm.
when he took the his spectra, carbon tetrachloride spectra, so there was one strong line and there was one very, very faint line.
Mm-hmm.
He gave attention to that faint line, not the strong line.
Oh.
Many people uh, uh, ignore those faint line, but he gave the attention to faint line and found that that faint line is because of the new phenomena in physics, and he got the Nobel Prize.
Oh.
Similarly, in research, you have to be very alert.
Right.
There are many things, many surprising things are hidden in very, very small places, very
Mm-hmm.
small signals are there for that. You
Mm-hmm.
have to understand the small signals also along with the strong signals, and those small signals most of the time gives you very surprising results.
Right. Right. I.
So my advice is that in research one has to be very alert. One
Mm-hmm.
need not to ignore the small things also. Sometimes small things give you a big surprise, just
Right.
like in case of CVM.
Yes, sir. So research is altogether a learning journey, or almost life is like a learning journey. But what are the important learning points must the student note down while pursuing PhD or research?
This is a very good question, Monica, because is when students get into the research, sometimes they are confused. Most of the times they think that such a wide field, how to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
So students in the beginning they have to build their base, information base,
Mm-hmm.
horizontally as well as vertically also.
Right.
Horizontally means that if suppose someone is working in some specialization,
Mm-hmm.
beside that specialization, students have to work other fields also which is related to that specialization,
Mm-hmm.
and with specialization also he has to build his background in that specialization also.
Mm-hmm.
So that building the background horizontally and vertically is very challenging, and that need lot of hard work. But I believe if students work 1 or 2 years very hard, making their foundation strong,
Mm-hmm.
that will go long in their research life,
Right.
because foundations are very strong, and all research students must give 2 years at least to make their foundation strong.
Right.
And
Right.
for that, I think when I was a student, I was not so lucky because I have to find out the research papers. Sometimes research papers were not available. I have to write the people at different countries. We used to write letters, and we used to
Right.
get their reprints after 2 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
But today, everything is available in internet.
Right.
A lot of information is there,
Right.
and so student had lot of open course were there. For example, I will give you one example of MIT open courseware, Massachusetts Institute of Technology open courseware. They
Mm-hmm.
have very good academic materials are there. I
Right.
will advise the student to go to that such uh, places and websites and try to build their foundation as strong as possible, and by solving the problems, the different kind of approaches they should learn it. Once their foundation is very strong, then afterwards things get very easy. They
Right.
can do lot of things, and they can get the new things also. For example, I was in physics.
Right.
My uh, things were very strong. My foundation became very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I once I went to Germany in as Alexander Poor Fellow,
Mm-hmm.
I brought a computer from there. In 1980s, at that time in India, computer was very um, rare things. So here I went along the all colleges and showed the computers to students. Then my university thought that I am computer man, not physics man. So they asked me to start computer science department.
Okay. Okay.
So I took the challenge and started computer science department because my base was strong.
Right.
I was able to get into new area
Mm-hmm.
and open the new fields like brain computer interfacing. So my main thing is that a student must have a strong foundation. along with strong networking also with different academic groups also. These two things are very important.
Yes, sir, that is really helpful to know. Like, you must have your foundations and you build your networking around,
Yeah,
so you will have
that is the
good
key to
number of people around you to keep
that
you.
is key to the doing good research,
Mhm.
not only research for PhD, but to carry on further also. That is very
Right,
key.
right. Yes, sir. So research is altogether, as you mentioned, there are ups and downs, and like I just want to know what makes you motivated during research. I agree, you might be having you must have seen lot of downfalls during while performing research. But can you give some tips to students to how they can stay motivated while doing research?
I have come across different kind of students. Some students are very intelligent. They
Mm-hmm.
can pick up the things very easily and do the research very easily. Some students are very poor. So that was my challenge to motivate those students.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so, so I have motivated students to do the good research. I told him the quality of research is very important.
Right, sir.
In the beginning, you have to publish your papers in good quality journals
Mm-hmm.
to establish your credibility. If you don't publish your work in good journals, then your credibility will be not established later on. You will have difficulty in later on to establish the credibility. So I motivated students to do good quality research work,
Mm-hmm.
and I told him that from ordinary equipments also it can be done, extraordinary work can be done.
Right.
So if you suppose some data from ordinary equipments also, but
Mm-hmm.
if you analyze the data in proper and systematic way by using proper statistical techniques, ordinary data can also become extraordinary.
Right.
Since I am a university which is a rural based university,
Mm-hmm.
here getting grants and all those things were problem, but I think I was able to get grant. But getting very good equipments most of the time problem. I told the student don't get discouraged
Mm-hmm.
from our uh, modest equipments also. You can do very good results, good data, and you can publish it in good journals also. So I think the most important thing is that your own mind.
Right.
All students have their unique mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell the student that don't think that your guide knows everything. Your guide also, because research means that new thing. You can give new ideas which
Right.
I can't give. So
Mm-hmm.
I always encourage students try to generate new ideas, new things.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind is unique. Your mind is different. The
Mm-hmm.
way I think, you are thinking differently.
Right, sir.
So you can always give some new ideas, good ideas. So I always encourage a student to of his or her own thinking. The process should be his own original. So I think most of the time I'm successful. Sometimes I'm not so successful. But overall, I find at this moment I find my satisfactory things have gone in satisfactory ways.
Wow, sir, that's so nice to know, like to have you to believe in yourself in short. Just
Yeah,
keep on doing things right in a right way, things will fall into your place.
correct.
So that
Originality of individual is very important.
yes, sir.
Individuality is very important. Everyone is different.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Every mind is different.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can generate new ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Students should not underestimate themselves that their growth is that. I have said normally our students think that they are less than our IIT students. I tell you no, IIT students are very. I have seen the American students also.
Right, sir.
Sometimes they come to me and asking very basic questions like what is cartographic jet. They
Mm-hmm.
are not doing the basic things also. So students are student everywhere. They know the things, but they also don't know things. You have to give off your originality. That is important.
Yes, sir. That was very good and key point for us. So now we come to last question. just one piece of advice what you want to give for upcoming researchers, young researchers.
First, my advice is that if one is interested in doing research, then do the research. Otherwise, there is no need to do research.
Mm-hmm.
One should understand that if one enjoyed doing research, then because research is something which requires a lot of dedication, devotion. Sometimes you have to work 24 hours, and many times you are not able to get return out of that. So you have to be really interested in the things, in doing the thing, in finding the new things and doing new things. If you enjoy doing new things, then research is for that particular person. Once you came to research, just like I tell you that you have to make the basic foundation
Mm-hmm.
strong,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to build a network, proper network, and just go. This is very challenging world. Lot of challenging problems are there. See around.
Mm-hmm.
You will find some problems in next door also. So I will advise new fresher to just, if they decide about doing research, do the research with open mind,
Wow.
and they will find something great. I am sure about that.
That's wonderful, sir. In this short time, I'm really happy to gain all the experiences that you had, and I'm able to give to other people in the society or upcoming researchers. And I'm sure that these tips will be helpful for them in their research journey to stay them motivated and just learn and enjoy the research journey. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm really grateful to have
It
you
is my
here.
pleasure. It is my pleasure. I am happy that you have taken my interview.
Yes.
I hope it will be useful in somehow. And in future also, I'm looking forward to have more specialized talk if you want to have.
Yeah, sure, sir. Yeah, yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.